The last cheesecake that my mom and I made was the Greenville Avenue cheesecake, which is a mint chocolate cheesecake. My mom passed on August 28, 2012, and we baked that in July.
He did learn a lot from his mom. He always tries to incorporate everything he does with his mom here in the business.
It's really great when you find somebody who has that heart and they have the passion, and also the product's really good. He makes everything with heart.
Some of the recipes you're seeing on our menu right now is what I saw that she liked. We started making one cheesecake, one simple classic cheesecake every Sunday. And then it got into, well, we got a classic cheesecake, we can make something else. And then it grew from there. So every recipe on there has a special Sunday connected with it. I was born in Haiti on November 21st, 1977, and I grew up in Port-au-Prince. My mom had some complications with the last child. So they told her, your blood pressure is gonna go through the roof and you really shouldn't have this child. And she said she wants this child, and that's exactly what she did. That's how the bond was really strong from the get-go with my mom. I took care of my mom for a very long time. I took her to the hospital and they found that she had breast cancer. The doctor told me that you have about 6 months. So we went back into the room and we told my mom that you have a chronic cancer disease. So she never heard the word terminal. That never came out of my mouth. And this gets really hard. I think it's just the look, you know? It's just the look she gives me and tells me, is that your understanding, Val? So I lied right then and there. I lied, yeah, they're gonna give you some treatment and we're gonna take it one day at a time, and that's what's gonna happen. And I knew that wasn't the case. I've had some criticism. Some customers even said, you shouldn't have done that. You should have been honest with your mom. But I think if my mom knew she had 6 months, she would have given me 6 months.
It's been nice knowing how it all started, because they really started just baking it at home.
I would go to work and she would be watching cooking shows and she would come up with these recipes. Here she is with all these extra medical devices that are connected to her, that are helping her breathe, and she's writing these recipes. We were making avocado chili cheesecake. That tasted awful. Don't ever do that. And then we got into different flavors, bacon, chocolate cheesecakes, classic strawberry cheesecake. We made about over 240 recipes. My mom loves sweet potatoes. We make the sweet potato pie batter, which has butter, brown sugar, cinnamon. We mix that all together. We combine that with the classic cheesecake, and we make our graham cracker crust for that. We mix it with a little bit of cinnamon in there, and then we flatten it at the bottom of the pan. Then the combined batter gets poured into the pan. We bake all these cheesecake every Sunday, so now I'm left with all these recipes. What do I do? So that's when I said, let me start a business.
Val reached out to me and he was like, listen, I'm launching cheesecakes. I make them in a basement in a church, and I'd really like you to try them. The cheesecake thing was his side hustle. He came to my house and he was adorable in a full suit because he still had his day job.
We were baking, we were getting up from our jobs, going to the church baking, and then waking up early in the morning to go deliver those cakes.
It was too much for the church to keep up with. They're like, Val, we're not, kicking you out, but you gotta go somewhere else. So that's where the shack started.
On June 30th, 2015, we opened our shack on Maple.
How y'all doing?
And from there, the grand opening was a success. We sold out, and it was well received. And I had given my life 17 years of engineering. One Friday morning, August 18, 2017, I walked in and I went to my boss and I said, this is not gonna work for me. If you're thinking about vanilla extract all day, something is wrong. I think it's time to leave your job. So I quit, and now I'm fully vested in it, and I wouldn't change it for the world.
Val definitely loves to listen to a lot of oldies. We'll occasionally see him dancing for us throughout the day.
I really started because of a mechanical failure of a component here at the shop. My mom used to have this saying that the curtain has to go up at 7 o'clock. No matter what you got going on, dance it off, shake it off, and that's what it is. Every recipe has something really special and really her about it in there. So the sea salt mocha gets topped with graham cracker and sea salt because Mom always said to put salt on everything sweet. My mom liked lemon. She liked a good, zesty, lemony dessert to the point where your ears are hurting. We mix the normal batter with some lemon zest and lemon juice. And then the crust here is different from the other cheesecake. It's a lemon poppy seed cake crust. We make our cake on the side. And we pour our lemony cheesecake batter. And then we bake that the same way as all the other cheesecakes. A bain-marie, which is a water bath. I don't have much of my mother, and my mother doesn't have a lot of pictures and stuff, so I just keep the things I do have of her. It's just a piece of her with me. Well, there was a woman called Marie-Josée Laboussière. She did exist, so it's kind of like it never takes her away from me. I think my mom would be very happy, and she would be very present, and she'd be very happy about where we've come. Mom, thank you. I'm very proud of how you raised me, and I think you gave me a chance on this world. The flowers on the building, that's hibiscus. Those are my mom. And the color, everything, the flavors, everything is her. She's such a sweet woman that everything that I do, I want it to be sweet.